and frankly, it's more related to Asian people coming into our country, having children, in that organized efforts, taking advantage of a noble concept with his birthright citizenship. I support the 14th Amendment. Nothing about what I've said should be viewed as derogatory towards immigrants at all. This is all how politics plays. And by the way, I think we need to take a step back and chill out a little bit as it relates to the political correctness that somehow you have to be scolded every time you say something.
All right, joining us now is Governor George Pataki, former governor of the state of New York, and of course Republican presidential candidate. Good to see you, sir.
Steve, good being with you.
All right, first of all, lots going on. Let's get this immigration stuff out of the way. This is the latest chapter today, or yesterday, where Jeb Bush, bizarrely, in my view, says that he hasn't been talking about Mexican anchor babies. He's talking about Asian, Chinese? What is that?
I have no idea what's going on. The fact of the matter is our immigration system is broken. It has to be fixed. It has to start with controlling the borders and the airports. People have to come here legally. It's that simple.
Well, okay, what about the Trump immigration plan, though, about sending people back?
To be honest, I think it's nuts. Let me just give you one example. You have a 10-year-old girl in 5th grade in school somewhere around America, born in America, an American citizen, speaks perfect English, has never been out of the United States. We're going to send in police or soldiers, drag her from the classroom, and send her to a country she has never been, an American citizen? This is not just clearly illegal. It's nuts.
All right, what about going forward? Rick Santorum had a plan. He talked about we need to, where are you on the 14th Amendment? What about passing a law that would, I mean, it's never been tested in the Supreme Court based on the fact that it produces anchor babies.
We're going to send kids who were born here
and
have lived here.
What about going forward? What about we change it going forward?
Going forward, we can change the definition of who is allowed to come to America. In my view, that's the case.
But what about if you're born here?
If you're born here, my view is that you are a citizen.
Even if there's this, as Bush was describing about apparently Chinese kids,
yeah,
a sinister plan to have the kid born here, you think they should be rewarded?
No, I think that's totally wrong, and I think we should do something to change that and prevent that from happening. But I'll tell you, that's not the big problem in this country. I mean, it is an issue that deserves attention, but the big problem are the drug dealers, the terrorists, the people still coming here illegally, the people overstaying their visas, and we don't have control of our border. That's the big problem. We have to solve that.
All right. Are you surprised that here we are approaching the end of August, and Donald Trump is not only leading? I think one of the polls in New Hampshire now has him at 30%.
I'll tell you, I'm surprised about the whole election this year. Who's ahead, who's not doing well, but it clearly, there are two things at work here that I think I understand. One is a very real anger among the American people towards Washington and the inside game that's played there. I share that anger. The second is an anger towards the permanent political class. People are tired of politicians. They get elected in Washington. It doesn't matter which party. Nothing ever changes. They want someone who's going to say what they do what they say, get things done, change Washington. And sadly, I don't think Trump is the right guy, but I understand we need someone who's not part of Washington and is going to change it.
That defines you also.
Well, that's why I'm running, is because I feel that same anger. Washington doesn't represent the American people anymore. It is an inside game. The tax code is incomprehensible. There's one former legislator who's a lobbyist for every current legislator. The taxes are too high. Our economy is too weak. We're not protecting ourselves globally, and we have to take back our government.
All right, let me show you a tweet that Donald Trump put up on Megyn Kelly as this war reignites, apparently. And here it is. Megyn Kelly must have had a terrible vacation. She's really off her game, was afraid to confront Dr. Cornel West, which she was, by the way. No clue on immigration. You then responded, I believe, here's 85, that Megyn Kelly needs zero help to win a war of wills with Donald Trump, but glad Fox News Ales is drawing a line. Should Trump apologize, and if so, why?
Well, not for that tweet that you had there where he was criticizing her, but when he gratuitously refers to her as a bimbo, that is outrageous. That is over the line. She is a good professional journalist, and it just shows a demeaning attitude towards women. But then Donald Trump has shown a demeaning attitude towards war heroes, towards Mexicans, towards every other candidate in this race.
Then how is he leading in the polls?
Because of that anger. And ultimately, I hope that that anger is turned towards a constructive solution-based candidate who actually can govern and bring people together. And I'm running, Steve, because I know that I could do that.
All right. Now here's another one. Trump attacked you I lived in New York when Pataki was governor. He was a total disaster for the people of New York. Why is he at war with you?
Because I'm running against him and willing to take him on. You criticize Donald Trump, you all of a sudden are the worst person in the world, or as he puts it, a loser. He loved me while I was governor. He told me time and again what a great governor was. And by the way, I tweeted back, you know, how many millions did you save when I abolished the transfer gains tax on real estate? How many millions did you make when I lowered the income tax rate enormously, although he probably doesn't pay income tax, you know, because of the loopholes that he and others take advantage of. So it's, I feel kind of...
You don't think he pays any income tax?
Well, I would love to see if he pays the 39.6% top rate, and given his success, you would think that he should. But that's not the way our tax system works.
Right.
It protects the rich and the powerful. It hurts the small businessman and the hardworking entrepreneur, and that's why we have to throw out the tax code and start over.
Very quickly, why do you think it appears that Obama has thrown his support to Biden over Hillary by saying picking him as VP was the best political appointment he ever made?
You know, I think you're right. It is clearly showing that Obama wants Biden to run and wants to support Biden. I don't think there's ever been love lost between the Clintons and the Obamas since the Iowa caucuses, where Bill Clinton and Hillary said that Obama stole it from him, not that he beat them legitimately. So I think there is that long-term tension. I think they far prefer Biden.
Rick Santorum told me if he's not first, second, or third in Iowa, he will reevaluate. What's your plan? How long do you stay in, and what's your test point?
Oh, I definitely intend to stay in through New Hampshire. That's the first actual primary. We'll see what happens in Iowa, but I'm hopeful that I can do well in New Hampshire. I haven't said
if
that I
not,
have.
will you reevaluate?
Well, I think at some point you have to take a look, but I'm very optimistic that it's early in the process. You look at the top two, Ben Carson and Donald Trump. I think at the end people are going to want someone who's held public office but not been a Washington insider. I'm very hopeful here. It's
Gotcha.
early. We're going to win this.
Governor, always good to see you. Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Steve.
All right, folks. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. We got a lot
Well
in
done.
there. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.